here for my book haul. You've already seen parts of my book haul. I had a bunch of book outlet boxes to unbox, and they're still a mess. Half of them are still sitting right here because I have to put a new bookshelf up to cover them all. So I'm not going to go over those. And I'm also not going to go over my Owl Crate and Fairy Loot unboxing, which are right here. And if you want to see those, please go check them out. This is the pile of books that I got on my trip. I think I got most of them at a little bookshop in New Orleans. We were just looking through New Orleans. I was wondering if there was any bookshops. We found this one on Delphine Street, and it was the coolest little bookshop. If I remember, I'll put a little clip in because it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. So I have a little pile of books right here. And these are the books that I bought there and after. Yeah, okay. So I have one that doesn't quite fit in, and I will show you that one first. My son got the Paper Street box, the very, very last one they offered, and I had them add on the book to the box because it only costs like a few dollars more to get the book, and so I figured why not. And the book that came in, it was the Summer Dragon, the first book of the Evertide. I have never heard of it. It's supposed to be about dragons and magic. If anyone's ever read this, let me know because I have no idea what it's about. Tyler did read me the synopsis on the back when he opened the box. He did a little unboxing for me. He videotaped himself opening it and showing me everything that was inside. And he decided that it really wasn't for him, and that if there had been any more boxes, he probably wouldn't have gotten them. But he had fun with the one box he got. Now he has a subscription to a video game instead. So that was the odd man out as far as things that I bought, because that was an actual box that we just don't have. Now, the next thing we have is the first 4 of the Mary Poppins books. We have actually Mary Poppins, which I bought from Amazon after I found these 3 in the bookstore because I wanted the first book. I found 2, 3, and 4, but not 1. So in order to get 1, I bought it from Amazon. So the second one is Mary Poppins in the Park. Then we have Mary Poppins Opens the Door. And we have Mary Poppins Comes Back. I think there's 1 or 2 more, I'm not sure, but I just bought number 1 to go with the 3 other ones I had, and me and Elise are looking forward to reading those together. The next book that I got while I was in the bookstore is Wild. Wild's been a book that's been interesting me for ages, but I felt weird about reading it. The author, Cheryl Stray, her sister lives in Pensacola and used to go to my church. So I actually know her sister. And even though she doesn't talk about her sister at all in this, she does talk about her mom's death. And I know that it was really, really hard on Karen when her mom died. And I just felt like I was intruding by reading it. But I saw it at the bookstore. It was really inexpensive because it was a used bookstore. And it was in great shape. And I decided, you know what? I don't think that Karen would not want me to read this. She was so proud of her sister when her sister wrote this book. She was a little bummed that she's not in it, but I thought that it would be really interesting to go ahead and read it now. And once I read it, maybe I'll go watch the movie because I love Reese Witherspoon. So this was the next book I got. I also got A Cuckoo's Calling. This was written by J.K. Rowling under a pen name, and it's a murder mystery. I'm not really sure. I was going to start it. All I read was the foreword of it because it was too hard to read with my nephew running around. And I kind of gave up on it almost immediately after I started it. Not permanently, just temporarily, because of the fact that he's such a high-strung little boy that I was having the worst time concentrating on reading. It was hard to get any quiet time. So when I did get quiet time, I reverted back into my Kindle because it was just easier than trying to pay attention to an actual book. Instead, I was paying attention to a story that I've read 10 times. The next book that I got at the used bookstore was The Night Circus. And this one, I don't know much about it. All I know is that it is so well loved on BookTube that everyone's been talking about what a great book this is. Again, I saw it at the used bookstore. It's in really good condition and it was really cheap. So I couldn't help myself. I ended up coming home with a bag full of books. But I'm really looking forward to reading this. I've got about 5,000 books I want to read right now, so I'm not sure this one's going to fall, but hopefully it will fall soon. The last book that we got from the used bookstore is a book that my daughter asked for, and it is The Complete Tales of Winnie the Pooh. My mother-in-law was obsessed with Winnie the Pooh, and so obsessed that she nicknamed my husband Pooh Bear. And my mom is obsessed with Winnie the Pooh to the point where she is, oh yeah, that's right, Pooh Bear. Too many Pooh Bears in my family. And when we saw this at the bookstore, again, it was really inexpensive. Elise fell in love with it and just had to have it. And she actually started reading it to my nephew. And Carson sat there and listened to it. He is a very high-strung little boy who does not sit still for anything, but he sat still for this. So she is really excited to read more of these old stories. The last book that I got it from Barnes & Noble. We went into Barnes & Noble to buy at least a couple of mangas, and I don't have those because they're in Elise's room somewhere because she's been reading them. But I did see A Conjuring of Light for half off, and I have not read the first book. I do not own the first book. I have the second book I bought from Book Outlet. It will be here in about a month. And here's the third book. So once I get to this, I need to actually go buy the first one. But it was a really good price. Again, everyone raves about this book. I've been really wanting to read it, so I went ahead and picked it up because it was $8 and I couldn't say no to $8. And that's it. Those are all the books that I bought while I was away. And I've added them to the enormous pile that I'm sitting my arm on right now because this is all books. I have more books here and I have more books on the floor. I have too many books. So next time you see a video, probably next month's videos, I don't think it's going to happen this month's videos because I'm filming them kind of back to back so that way I can get them up because we're already behind. The bookshelves will be rearranged. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to rearrange them yet. All I know is that I need to rearrange them because I have one more bookshelf. It's got 3 shelves on it and I do not have enough room for all my books. So I either have to get rid of some books or rearrange. So right now, I'm rearranging. Anyways, that is all I have for you guys for right now, and I will be back soon with the rest of my videos. See you guys later. Bye.